जी सदा सहाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। गुरु जी सदा सहाय। जय गुरु जी की।
ओम जय शिव ओंकारा, प्रभु हरि शिव ओंकारा, ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा
नमस्ते गुरुजी। जय गुरुजी महाराज, जय गुरुजी साथ संगत जी। शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज मल्टीलिंगुअल जूम प्लेटफॉर्म समस्त गुरु परिवार का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता है। आज हमारे बीच में ब्लेस संगत सुदेशना आंटी जी आई हैं संगत के लिए। मैं नीलिमा आंटी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा प्लीज सेशन को मैनेज करें। ओवर टू यू नीलिमा मलिक आंटी। जय गुरुजी।
जय गुरु जी। नमस्ते गुरु जी। जय गुरु जी। बहुत बहुत शुक्राना गुरु जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्राना इतने प्यारे दिन के लिए, इतने प्यारे सत्संग सुनवाने के लिए और इतने प्यारे शब्द सुनवाने के लिए। Again, a blissful day for all of us to put our flowers of gratitude in the divine lotus feet of our प्यारे प्यारे Guruji Maharaj. We all are so blessed to listen the beautiful satsangs of Kamlesh Mehta Aunty ji. All this blissful cannot be possible without Guruji's grace. So we all are very, very blessed, very, very blessed. Thank you so very much, Guruji. बहुत बहुत शुक्राना Guruji. बहुत बहुत शुक्राना Guruji. मैं कमलेश मेहता आंटी जी को इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी। कमलेश आंटी जी।
Nilima aunty, I think she has yet to join. She was busy before few minutes, so she may be joining soon. Jai Guruji. In the meanwhile, you may proceed the session. You may invite. Welcome the invitee, please.
On behalf of Shukrana Multilingual Platform, we all welcome the beautiful संगत of Guruji Maharaj, क्योंकि संगत में ही गुरुजी बसते हैं। So आप सबके चरणों में बहुत बहुत नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत स्वागत आप सबका इस प्यारे से प्लेटफॉर्म पे जो गुरुजी की ही कृपा से स्टार्ट हुआ और आज तक चलता आ रहा है। गुरुजी की बेअंत कृपा है इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर और हम सब संगत के ऊपर। सो आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज की रीडिंग सुदेशना आंटी जी की ब्लेस्ड है परफॉर्मेंस। आज की उनकी रीडिंग सेशन उनका रहेगा। So with folded hands and bowed head, I would welcome Sudeshna Aunty ji to please carry on with the session of the reading of the Flowers of Gratitude book.
Jai Guruji, am I audible?
Ji Aunty.
Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji, Shukrana, 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 बेअंत शुक्राना। प्लीज ब्लेस मी कि आज मैं आपका ये सेशन ठीक से रीड भी कर सकूं और नरेट भी कर सकूं। My heartfelt Shukrana to Guruji, the entire Sangat Parivar, to Multilingual Platform, and Suresh Vasan uncle for giving a novice like me the opportunity to execute the reading of today's chapter. Gratitude to Kamlesh Aunty for penning down the beautiful and divine experiences to enable us to know Guruji, his divinity, and his blessings more closely. With folded hands, seeking the divine kripa of revered Guruji and praying to him to please be seated on my Vani and help me through this narration journey and beyond. Also seeking blessings and forgiveness while the journey of the reading and even beyond in life and onwards. Pranam Guruji, आपके चरणों में. The takeaway so far for me, which really made a mark in my heart till the reading so far of the previous chapters, are we need to trust Guruji and we need to be thankful to him for everything. Not keeping trust on God becomes a hindrance in our spiritual progress. There is no shortcut in the path of spiritual progression, and the larger plan is moksha, where Guruji is leading us. Direct connection with patience and purity is very important to feel Guruji's presence. We don't find a Guru, the Guru finds us. When the student is ready, the Guru appears. And of course, for our readiness also, we need Guruji's kripa, who makes us ready. We are not even a half-baked cake. We are not baked only. It's Guruji who bakes us and prepares us for everything, even makes us like of him. It is a master who only has the power to transform a normal human being into a highly evolved spiritual being. Guruji gave the strength to Kamlesh auntie to bear the difficulties of hot summer loo. She was connected to Guruji since 1984, and during those hot summer loos and chilling winter seasons while traveling in local buses, nothing could stop her from meeting with her Guruji. And that's the epitome of love and devotion we all should learn from her to have for our beloved Guruji, where any hurdle does not matter anymore. A very interesting thing that came up, and I was elated to know that Malpua was Guruji's favorite sweet, and Mathi from a shop named Lovely Sweet was his favorite too. Kamlesh Auntie's beautiful journey to the Kailash mountain and experiencing Guruji's divine Mahashiv Roop in Sachkhand and seeing the divine white light. This could happen, in my belief, only due to extreme faith and love deposed on Guruji. One cannot have bhakti and cannot worship until one has profound faith, as faith is the main thing. Kamlesh Auntie's regular cloth was changed into white clothes in Sachkhand, where Guruji confirms that she is given moksha. Guruji was one with the divinity and was divine himself, so he could see the future of what could happen if we blessed with certain things which we may ask or pray for. He knew what blessings we need and when. Therefore, we should never ask for anything from him and only keep faith on him that he, the creator of the universe, is looking upon and after us like his children. He would always do the best for us. While blessing a Sangat with Mishri Prasad, immediately the chapter before today's chapter, Guruji also thought about the rest of the Sangat and hence he made the fallen Mishri Prasad, which overflowed from Auntie's hands, available for the rest of the Sangat as well. This falling of Mishris was also only Guruji's Leela because he wanted so to happen in order to make it available for the rest. Such is the care and love he has for all of us. Now, getting into the reading of the chapter which is assigned to me by Guruji's divine will. Guruji's permission is a word of Almighty. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Guru, whose confidence is in him. Some incidents make you believe that great people are not just recognized by human soul, but by the nature around us. They bloom in a way that their fragrance lightens up the entire humanity. Guruji was one such soul. Guruji had a friend who was a brigadier in army. He was posted in Jalandhar. She stayed, he stayed in army quarters in the cantonment area. The houses were pretty old, made since Britishers' time. They looked like barracks. The drainage system was also not very robust, and the water from the open drainage used to get collected in the gutter. Guruji often used to go and stay with Brigadier Uncle. Guruji took a bath near the open drainage. The water always overflowed from the drainage. Over time, it happened that a plant grew near that open cemented drainage. The plant bloomed beautifully and kept growing beautifully and kept growing with lots of leaves and fragrances strangely. Very soon, Uncle got retired from army and he had to shift to his own house in Chandigarh. As a symbol of Guruji's grace, Brigadier Uncle took the plant with him and replanted it in his Chandigarh home. Blessed are those who have the gift of a guru, one of God's best gifts. So true, so true, so true. We all are blessed to have Guruji, who is divine himself, who is Mahashiva himself, and he is our Guruji. What else can we even ask for in this lifetime? The key extracts from this chapter that Guruji put in my mind for discussion are: even nature recognizes the plant and gets divine blessing from Guruji. Divinity pours down the divine nectar everywhere, and it does not discriminate between whether it is a human being or a plant or what. And that is what Guruji has shown us distinctively, that we should understand that divinity lies in all of us, in all forms, in every way. Humbleness and kindness of Guruji. Guruji stayed with his brigadier friend at cantonment, where even the drainage is not much robust. How humble Guruji is, in spite of being the creator himself, that the type of drainage system never bothered him. Guruji always taught us to be humble. नीवा होके चलो तो blessings भी फलती है, Guruji used to say. He even taught us how to forgive and not react negatively as it creates negative karma. No ABC, abusing, blaming, and criticizing, and no parninda par charcha, as these all creates negative karma. The more we talk negative about somebody, we are washing off their karma and muddling our own daman with their karmas, and in exchange, giving our hard earned good karmas. Hence, the best way to stay away from such things is to talk and think of Guruji and do Nam Jap all the time. Even while applying lipstick, such should be our love and devotion towards Guruji, that our heart, mind, and soul can think of nothing else apart from him. It is here important to mention that practice makes a man perfect. So, if we practice remembering our beloved Guruji more and more and be under his agya without any doubt, it would be easier to remember him all the time. And for practicing such virtues, also, we need to pray to Guruji only so that he blesses us to have such a mindset which is only and always devoted to him, and so that we do not create any karma by deeds, thoughts, or wishes, neither good nor bad. It is only his humbleness due to which he always valued the feelings and devotion of all Sangat. He always insisted upon cleanliness, which was his top priority. The more we clean, it helps us to bring positive blessings and helps clean away our own karma. It reminds me of a satsang which Guruji made me hear, where there were hard stains on the floor of Bara Mandir and it was not going in spite of all efforts. Then Guruji said, these stains are the stains of the Sangat's karma. If possible, they can rub it off. After hearing that, everybody tried to clean off as much as possible, but in vain. Here also, Guruji proved that how much his kindness is that He is taking all our sins, all our karmas to help us come out of the karmic cycle and be liberated. The holy bathing water flowing down the open drain of cement and growing of a beautiful plant. The holy bathing water is Guruji's Charnamrit. It is the beautiful faith of the plant which got the opportunity to grow from seed to such a beautiful full grown plant. Similarly, Guruji is pouring down all his blessings to all of us to bring out the beautiful plant of spirituality and ability to see the divine light. It is He by whose grace the seed is also sown. God knows how many births and yugas back, and it is by His grace only that today we all came to know about Him. It is only His Amritam blessings which is enriching all of us in daily life to deal with various things, be it health, wealth, family, prosperity, or spirituality. He came here to liberate us from our karmas, and all we end up asking mostly are all material, earthbound things. It is true that we need earthly things, but we should also not be so attached to things and relations that we start drifting apart from our divine life. We have to realize this human body is only a bubble of the dream of that divine creator, and only that will happen what he wills. With this thought, possibly it becomes much easier to come little close to surrender and thereby shedding our egos. Egos we can shed only if we stop thinking about me and mine factor. As long we think that I am doing this, I am doing that, or he is doing this, he is in some other third person is doing this, is doing that, we will not be able to shed off our egos. It will be good to mention here, maybe Guruji is putting in my mind is, see, ultimately I am also from that divine Guruji. I am also a part of him. You are also a part of him. Even the people who are doing not so good to us, they are also a part of him. So if X is equal to Y is equal to Z, then X is equal to Z also. If I am blessed, you are blessed, that other person is also a part of divinity itself. Maybe they are not manifesting the way we wish to, and that is why we think that they are not doing good to us. But eventually, we do not know what we have done to them in previous lives. So it is always, if you look into broader aspect, it is always me only doing things, because that other person is also the same thing. There is no difference between me and the other person. And how beautiful it becomes. Suppose one one of my fingers gets scratched with one of my nails of the other hand. Would I start cursing the other nail of my other hand? I will not, because it is totally me. So therefore, we should not start feeding and cursing the other person, even if they are not doing good to us. And that is how only we can shed off the egos. We can give everything to Guruji, our good, bad, feeling good, feeling not so good, everything to his charan. And there only we will be able to shed off everything, including our egos. We are every day and every moment getting bathed by his divine nectar, and he is blessing us to get moksha. But we will also have to cooperate with him. Just the way his blessed Charnamrit fell on the seed, and hence the plant became so enriched. We all are also growing every day by Guruji's grace spiritually, while trying to remember him more and more and more every day and every moment. It is Guruji himself who have shown a way for us who could not meet him in physical form to get a physical Charnamrit even today by dipping his Swarup in Jal Prasad, and it would become Amrit. The plant grew with lots of leaves. It is also may be noted that the plant that grew so beautiful had lots and lots of leaves. It is not only the plant's leaves, but also denotes the leaves of prosperity. It is only Guruji, due to whose reverence we all exist and are thriving in our individual lives, be it professional, health, family, anything. His mercy is not only limited to Jal Prasad or Langar Prasad or Sachkand Prasad. His blessings and mercy is flowing from every corner and in so many unknown ways. Blessed are those who were handpicked by Guruji to be blessed directly while he was in his physical body. We also have to understand here that the plant did not grow or become so beautiful in one day. It had to go through all its life cycle and its due course of time. So, here we even get a message that to bloom fully, we all have to give the due time, as in case of individuals. Just like all seeds do not become seedlings of the same size in a given frame of time, we all individuals have our own space and time to bloom, which Guruji knows best. Here, it again resonates with our previous learning through this book that we need to have faith in Guruji to bloom, and there is no shortcut. We just have to trust him and hold him in our mind. While in this journey, being in human life, we may face that certain things does not work according to our will or pleasure, but yet have trust on Guruji that it's He who is giving us these pains so that even the seed of our past sown karma does not grow much to become a bigger tree and in the process give us more pain in coming time. If He is giving pain, He is making sure that we are able to get over with it permanently and is smoothing out our path to moksha. And in any ways, he used to say that he takes the majority part of our karma and only gives us hardly 10%. And that 10% also becomes so much painful to us. But if we keep on remembering Guruji and take his name and always pray to him, I am sure he would make that 10% also so smooth that it would not even pinch us even a bit. Fragrance from the leaves of the plant. Since the plant grew under Guruji's blessings, hence at the end it is bearing lovely fragrant leaves. Sangatji, we can also have the same beautiful fragrance in our lives if we follow what Guruji taught us and be under his agya. That is why Guruji used to say, Mango nahi, mano. Of course, Guruji blessed us always, but we need to put an effort also to clean our own aura to receive those blessings in full. In Shiv Puran, it is mentioned that a guru is one who shows the path of light, and the characteristic of guru is kripa. Hence, his kripa is ever flowing to all, be it vanaspati, animals, humans, or even to souls and non-human, non-body beings. It is us who have to be under his lotus feet. Guruji tests his disciple a multiple times at various times and levels, but that is only to wash away the remaining unwanted crust of Panchadush, that is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, and Ahankar. Even the best of the best spiritual beings can start having any of these at any point of time. Just like Muni Shrestha Naradji started thinking Aham Brahmasmi and thought it's his power with which he was uh, doing his penance and he has won over Kama, falling under the trap of Ahankara, and ultimately also came under the clutches of Kama and Krodha. Actually, it was a situation when he has done the penance. He thought that he has, uh, he has won over all his indriyas and he has realized God. He happily went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said that okay, but don't say this in front of anybody else because he was understanding that Narad Muni was getting eluded in his own delusion. But then again, Naradji, under the clutches of Ahankara, could not stop but had to say it to Vishnuji, to Brahmaji, and everybody else. And thereafter, Vishnuji created another loka where there was a beautiful uh, princess who was supposed to get married. And in those days, uh, some program used to happen. I'm forgetting the term, where she has to select who the groom should be. So, and Naradji went there and fell in love with that girl. And thereafter, the story begins. But at the end, he came under the clutches of Kama towards that princess. But when that girl rejected him and other people started laughing at him because where he actually asked for Vishnuji's roop. He said to Lord Vishnu that please give me your roop so that I can go to that Pradesh and that girl eventually gets to marry me. Vishnuji has given him the body of his and the face of a monkey, which Naraji did not even realize. But when he went there, other people could see and they laughed. And naturally, the girl did not happen to marry him. And rather, the girl said that your body is of Vishnuji, and I would like to marry Lord Vishnu only. He came furiated to Lord Vishnu, and once he realized that he was given the face of a monkey, he was even more infuriated. So thereafter, he came under the clutches of Krodha. So imagine a Muni like him, if he can come under these clutches, then who are we? Then, when he came to his senses, he pledged to Lord Vishnu to forgive him. But Lord Vishnu asked him to do Lord Shiva Sahasranam and other Shiv Pujans because it is only Lord Shiva, the ultimate creator, the ultimate light, who decides the fruits of individual karma and whether to forgive them. So, all Guruji wants is we all should be pregnant by being humble and always remembering it's all Guru Kripa and we are nothing. We all even should be able to forgive and seek forgiveness to grow more spiritually because without this, the karmic cycle is very difficult to break. It is our wills, the ichhas, which brings us down life after life, and in the process of these life cycle, we end up doing many more good or bad karmas, which again becomes baggages. Sangatji, even the good karmas becomes our baggages because until and unless you know we enjoy the fruits of our good karmas, we will not get liberated. So it is become better to stay aloof from everything. Only take the name of Guruji. The easiest way is to be calm at any given time and situation and is to keep our mind at Guruji's lotus feet. According to autobiography of a yogi book where Yukteswar Maharaj meets his disciple after his bodily demise, he explains one cannot attain ultimate moksha until all his good and bad deeds are balanced and no other karma is left. It is not only with reference to the body and physical mind, but also till our current sharir. which are the multifold layers of our spiritual body. To attain such a spiritual level, we need Guruji's divine intervention and blessings. Moksha is only received when our soul reaches Hiranya Loka, which is also known as Swargaloka. Essentially, our spirit is in an enclave of three layers, namely Sthula Sharir, which is this body. It is made of 16 tattvas. Then, after we leave our body, it reaches to Sukshma Sharir, which is made up of 19 tattva. And in combination of all these tattvas, our Karan Sharir is made up of 35 Bijroop tattvas. One gets trapped in these bodies only due to unfulfilled desires, commonly known as achipta ichhas. Any ichha is a seed of karma. On an occasion of being asked by one of Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa's devotee to Sri Sarada Ma that why this vicious circle of birth and death never ends and what makes us come back even doing all good deeds, she answers, even the mere wish of having a sweet can bring us down to this earth. Hence, Guruji blesses which seed to let bloom and which not to, because he knows which will be beneficial for us and which will rather give us more pain in the long term. He knows which will help us attain nirvana vis-a-vis, which will instead make us more earthbound. It is also mentioned that one can reach Hiranyaloka, which is the Swargaloka, the ultimate moksha, by Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is, there are two types of samadhis. One is Savikalpa Samadhi, which is duality, and the Nirvikalpa Samadhi is non duality. Non duality is the divine and me is not separate. As long as we see that I am a student and Guruji is a teacher, there exists duality. And the moment we start thinking that we are one, there is no division, it becomes nirvikalpa. Of course, it takes time, it is easier said and written down in books and texts, but it has to go through various Ashtanga yogas. Here, Ashtanga yoga is not only physical yogas or yogasanas which we practice, but various stages, which includes pratyahara, yama, niyama, and so many other things. But see how Guruji is blessing us. He is not letting us be into all these clutches. He is keeping us so free. The only thing he says is to remember him and not to create more karmas. He has really made our path so easy. And yes, of course, if we start letting go of the things, I'm sure Guruji will only let us attain that Nirvikalpa Samadhi one day and take us to him permanently. Our Sushumna Nadi can make us connect to that Sukshma Sharir. We will have to know we have six active or Jagrit chakras in our body. Our Sahasra chakra on the top of our head, we have Shahasra Kamal Dal. The heart chakra takes the light. See, all our individual chakras are actually controlling our entire body with our various thoughts or emotions. It uh, either it opens up or it closes or it gets blocked. And the heart chakra takes the light and sends it to Sahasrara chakra. To open each chakra, our nadis needs to be shuddh. Our thoughts must be in tune with the divine plan. And for all these, again, Guruji is only inspiring us and blessing us to cross each level gradually. So it is only and only His Kripa which can elevate us and free us from all these vices and karmas that we tend to accumulate over the time. Only with His divine nectar If we are plowed and nurtured, we can bloom to a beautiful, liberated, pregnant soul. Devotion of Brigadier Uncle. We must learn and take lesson on what the quality of devotion should be from such veteran devotees of Guruji. It is only his devotion and love and trust in Guruji and realization of Guruji's kripa which compelled him to take the plant to his Chandigarh house. It is only his devotion which made him realize that this plant is not just another ordinary plant grown, but is blessed and imbibed with Guruji's grace. Thereafter, it is not easy to keep the roots of a full grown plant intact while digging the cement and taking out from deep soil. Again, here Guruji's grace towards his devotee is evident because if it's devotee's devotion that he wanted to take his blessed plant, it's Guruji's blessings which helped him to take it out properly and intact and replant it somewhere else successfully. It amazes me to imagine how much caution Brigadier Uncle might have taken while through the entire process. It is not only about the plant or the blessing, but his love for his Guru that Guruji stayed with him and how much blessed he might be. गुरु बिना कैसे गुण पावे गुरु ना माने तो गुण नहीं आवे Guruji, please keep my mind in your lotus feet and also my soul at your lotus feet always. With folded hands, let us all pray to Guruji. Guruji, please take away all our good and bad karmas, all our thoughts and wills, and fill us with your divine nectar and give us you, you, and only you. Sangatji, with my very little understanding and capability, this is all that I could infer. I would request the host to take over and enrich us with their inputs and opinion. So over to the host. Shukrana Guruji. Om Namah Shivaya Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya Guruji Sada Sahai. Over to the host, please. Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji Auntie. Beautiful, beautiful explanation of the beautiful chapter of the beautiful book of our beautiful Guruji, The Flowers of Gratitude. बहुत ही सुंदर एक्सप्लेनेशन आंटी आपने किया सारे चैप्टर्स का भी निष्कर्ष और साथ में ही पूरी जो गुरुजी ने हमें बातें सिखाई हैं और जैसे आपने कहा कि हम लोग कितने ब्लेस्ड हैं कि हम लोग कितने ब्लेस्ड हैं कि गुरुजी ने हमारे को सेवा के लिए भी चुना अपने साथ जोड़ने के लिए चुना कितने 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 लोग हैं दुनिया में और अब तो गुरुजी का पूरा ब्लेसिंग्स पूरे के पूरे वर्ल्ड के ऊपर जा रही हैं. So many thanks to you. And now I would like to call upon Seema auntie to please continue with the further session and do the Thanksgiving. Seema auntie.
Yes,
Jai
yes,
Guruji.
please. Can you hear me?
Ji auntie.
Hello. Achha, okay. Thank you, Suresh Vasan uncle, Nilima auntie, Sudeshna auntie, and all the Sangat who's present here. Very nice reading you did. And frankly, I would like to tell you that I would like to hear the recording once more to get more, depth into your session. But whatever little I can say, let me start. See, this chapter is about the plant which Brigadier took it to his house. So I feel, that the plants also have life and feelings. And imagine the plant, Guruji having bath near that tree and how blessed that tree must have been. And as Guruji used to bless the plants also, and this is my personal experience because in my house, I have a lot of plants and I realized that this is my Guru's blessing on them. And secondly, you talked of Panch Doot, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. And this is in Guru Bani, in Guru Bani, the main onus is on finding a Sadguru and getting over these five vices. And I have heard somewhere from an old Sangat that in Bade Mandir, these 5 steps have been made is to, when you climb those 5 steps, you have to try to, win over these Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. हमें उन सीढ़ियों को छूना नहीं है, हमको उनको अपने इन 5 दूत को त्याग करके बड़े मंदिर की सीढ़ियों के द्वार पे पहुंचना है. Another thing you said of karmas, and karmas, as you rightly said in from the book Autobiography of a Yogi, I have realized that Autobiography of a Yogi talks of Kriya Yoga, but I didn't have to reach there because, just by being with Guruji, he can change our destiny. He can take us to the path of moksha. As the line says, lekha chhod alekhe chhute. Sadguru pyara mere saath hai, lekha chhod alekhe chhute, means whatever our lekhas are and jo aane wale hain, वो भी हमारे छूटते हैं. And जिसको तेरी नदर ना लेखा पूछिए. So imagine that how blessed we are to find a guru, a divinity, a sakshat Rab, who, who's cutting our karmas by taking, 90% of the our karmas and just giving us 10% of the pain. As the Bani says, Garib Nawaz Gosaiya Mera Mathe Chatar Dhare. So when you hold an umbrella, you get only 10% wet and 90% you're saved, So this is my take on this. And autobiography of a book is a life-changing experience for me. And as you talked about the spirit world chapter, and I feel that is the toughest chapter of that book. But the basic understanding I got was that our soul has to go through many journeys, and it is impossible to find moksha. And it is only Guruji who can, take us to that path. And it depends on him how many lives we have to take. And as you rightly said, that, being under his fold, lot of our desires and other things get curtailed, and we try to become better human beings and, learn to forgive people, declutter our mind. So these are the points to, reach divinity. So this is my take on that. And I would certainly hear your take again, because all these deep satsangs cannot be understood in fully in one session. And I will certainly do it. And, next time I'll give more take on that. As my own satsang, I heard many times to find mistakes or the, mistakes or what improvement I can do. So it's a learning process with Guruji. From each Sangat, we, learn more and more. And Saat Sangat bole, mil bole Hari Bani, Saat Sangat dikhe Prabhu Nede, Saat Sangat Sachkhand nazar aata hai. So this is my take on today's session. And thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody.
Jai Guruji, thank you so much, Seema Aunty. Your discussion just added, the glitters to the beautiful narration done by Sudeshna Aunty. This reminded me of the session which I also attended for Autobiography of a Yogi, and also for the spiritual world, which we were talking about the book for that. So those beautiful satsangs were blessed by Guruji, that I also took that onus to just read those books and just have a glimpse of the books, what all beautiful thing has been written in them. So thank you very much. And before leaving, I would just like to add on a short, beautiful bhajan of Guruji, जिसमें हमने अभी जैसे हमने बात किया कि हम सब कितने भाग्यशाली हैं और हमारे कुछ ना कुछ अच्छे ऐसे कर्म रहे, डेफिनेटली कुछ अच्छे ऐसे कर्म रहे कि हम सबको इतना प्यारा गुरु परिवार मिला हमें गुरुजी ने एक रास्ता दिखाया, हमें गुरुजी मिले, हमें वो सद्गुरु मिले जिससे हमारी दुनिया पूरी की पूरी एक रोलर कोस्टर की तरह चेंज हो गई और हम सब ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर्स की तरह गुरुजी के ब्यूटीफुल गार्डन में खिल रहे हैं, मुस्कुरा रहे हैं. So from all of us in the lotus feet of Guruji, these beautiful flowers of gratitude in the form of a bhajan, because Guruji की आज्ञा जो मुझे मिलती है कि बिना कुछ 2 लाइनें गाए मेरे को सेशन नहीं मुझे मजा आता कि मैं गुरुजी के साथ में मेरी आज हाजिरी लगी या नहीं लगी, क्योंकि ये हर बारी एक मन में आस होती थी कि गुरुजी आपके सामने गाऊं. ज्यादा नहीं आता है गाना, बट जो थोड़ा बहुत गुरुजी की कृपा से है, तो गुरुजी प्लीज इसे स्वीकार करना. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. मैं वारी जावा, मैं वारी वारी जावा, मैं वारी वारी जावा, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. हत्थां ते लिख दे सेवा गुरां दी, हत्थां ते लिख दे सेवा गुरां दी, सेवा गुरां दी मेरे, सेवा गुरां दी, सेवा कर दी कदे भी ना थका, कदे भी ना थका, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. पैरां च लिख दे सतसंग जाना, पैरां च लिख दे सतसंग जाना, सतसंग जाना गुरु, सतसंग जाना, सतसंग जांदी कदे भी ना थका, कदे भी ना थका, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. अखां च लिख दे दर्शन प्यारे, अखां च लिख दे दर्शन प्यारे, दर्शन प्यारे तेरे, दर्शन न्यारे, दर्शन करके कदे भी ना थका, के मैं ते पल पल नचा, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. श्वासां च लिख दे नाम गुरां दा, श्वासां च लिख दे नाम गुरां दा, नाम गुरां दा प्यारे, नाम गुरां दा, नाम जपदे कदे भी ना थका, कदे भी ना थका, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. सतगुरु मेरे कलम हाथ तेरे, कलम हाथ तेरे, के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. बहुत बहुत शुक्राना गुरुजी, बहुत बहुत शुक्राना संगत जी. आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्राना कि आपने इतना प्यारा टाइम दिया अपना और गुरुजी के चरणों में अपनी हाजिरी लगाई. बहुत बहुत शुक्राना. शुक्राना मल्टीलिंगुअल ग्रुप का. सुरेश अंकल बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. सीमा आंटी बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. कमलेश आंटी बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. सुदेशना आंटी बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. सत्संग करने के लिए, करवाने के लिए, इतना प्यारा समा बांधने के लिए गुरुजी आपका बहुत 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 शुक्राना गुरुजी. जय गुरुजी. शुक्राना गुरुजी. Over to you, the hosting Sangat, please.
Shukrana Maharaj, Anantam Shukrana. Sangaji, you can unmute yourself and take Maharaj's leave. Shukrana Maharaj.
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी, जय गुरु जी।
शुक्राना गुरु जी महाराज, जय गुरु जी महाराज।
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी, शुक्राना अनंतम शुक्राना गुरु जी।
जय
अनंतम
गुरु
शुक्राना
जी।
मेरे मालिक,
गुरु
अनंतम
जी,
शुक्राना गुरु जी।
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी।
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी, आज्ञा गुरु जी।
आज्ञा गुरु जी।
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी, आज्ञा गुरु जी।
अनंतम शुक्राना। आज्ञा गुरु जी।
जय गुरु जी, शुक्राना 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 गुरु जी। सर्वत
आज्ञा गुरु जी। जय गुरु जी।